Hey, what's up, warriors? And welcome to another exciting edition of Street Combat Systems. Yeah, I've been posting a lot lately, and one of the reasons why I like to respond to subscribers' questions when I can, if it's about a technique or an exercise, whatever. I like to respond by video instead of just typing to it or emailing them back through YouTube. It's kind of insensitive, and I like to get my point across by educating people properly. So anyway, the first one was about how to use your body weight from Accelerator Vector. Good name, by the way. And basically, when you're throwing a strike or a punch, I mean, if I just go like this, yeah, it's going to hurt, but it doesn't have a whole lot of power or force behind it, and it may stun a tougher opponent for a second. Then he's going to gather himself together, and he's going to come at your ass even harder. So basically, when you're throwing a strike, like if I'm just going to throw a palm strike, I'm going to twist my hips and roll my shoulder and get all my body weight behind that strike. So instead of just going like this, which is effective, I'm going to throw all my weight and generate 100% much more force than I would with just a standard strike. Now I can still do this if I'm just standing there and something catches me off guard and I throw it, that just stops it quick enough so I can get a harder strike in. So whether you're going straight on with a punch, you twist those hips, torque those hips, and roll that shoulder into it. Same thing if you're throwing a body shot. You want to, like I said, torque those hips, and roll that shoulder, and get that all your weight and force, and generate as much energy as you can into that strike. And that's going to make it 100% more effective. Same thing if I'm throwing here. If I just go like that, it's effective, but if I lean into it, just like a jab, I can throw a jab there, but if I force my weight into the jab, it's much more effective than if I just pop it out there. I mean, you can do that too. It stuns them and sets them up for that second punch, but it's not as effective. So if I'm throwing that quick jab to stop them or stun them, I want to roll into it and put all my weight and force behind that punch. Same thing with if I just throw a palm strike, yeah, it's going to hurt and it may knock them down, but I'm throwing all my weight into it. You can hear the difference just the way I hit the bag because of the impact. So again, you're torquing your hips, pivoting on your back leg, and rolling your shoulder and putting all your force into it. You just practice it, and you'll see the difference in the way you do it. But anyway, I hope that answers your question as far as getting your body weight into it. And the second one was from Kat. She's a smaller human being, 4'11" to be exact. I hope she didn't piss at me for saying that. And said she's kind of weak. So it really doesn't matter. And I'll give you an example. Like 11 years ago, I used to teach a self-defense class at a well-known local college, and it was for seniors, and they actually got graded on it, and probably 95% of the class were girls, and some of them were very small, never played sports, didn't really work out, and in 6 months time they became extremely proficient at the techniques we were teaching them for self-defense. And I mean, some of them were like smaller than 4'11", and I mean tiny. You just pick them up like this, like it was nothing. But they became proficient because the other people other than me that were helping with instruction, we would blindfold them and bear hug them from behind for certain techniques, and they would have to get out of it. And a lot of them got out of it and did it. Like I said, they were extremely proficient at it, and a lot of it had to do with the way that we taught, and it's the same way that I teach through video and YouTube. But as far as that, the one thing you want to do is get yourself a little stronger first, and just do body weight squats because you don't need any equipment for it. Do as many as you can. Spend 10 minutes a day doing it. Do push-ups. If you can't do a regular push-up, just get on your hands and knees and do push-ups like that until you build up your strength, and then go to regular push-ups and body weight squats. And doing push-ups, a few times a week is going to make a huge difference in your overall body strength. And as far as techniques go, then that's why I teach the palm strike, because the palm strike, you don't have to be strong. You just, even if you're 4'11" and say 110 pounds, that you can generate enough force just by, like what I was talking about for the last comment about getting your weight behind it. Just turn into it, twerk your hips, pivot on your back foot, and roll your shoulder into it and fire your palm out into that person's face. Aim for the nose, because the nose, when you get hit in the nose, your eyes water, it's painful, and you become extremely disoriented. And that allows you time to run away, or maybe throw a shot to the throat or a kick to the groin. And that's another thing. The basic front kick to the groin, just like you're kicking a soccer ball. If you're at a party or out somewhere or at school and some dude's like messing with you, just kick him right in the balls like you're kicking a soccer ball to the sky, and he'll friggin' drop like a stone. That's guaranteed. And that's in the street fight and self-defense, a kick to the groin, whether it's a male or a female, hurts just as bad. So the throat, the nose, open your fingers up, jam your fingers or your thumb into their eyes, especially if they grab you and lift you up off the ground and your hands are still free. The eyeballs, once you blind them, it's over. You can get away, get back to your car, call for help, and do whatever. But other than that, I hope that answers your questions for today. If you do have questions, like I said, I like answering them through video. It's much more effective, and the subscribers seem to appreciate it more. But anyway, it's Thursday. It's freaking cold here. Can't stand the cold weather. It's supposed to freaking snow this weekend in Maryland, Saturday through Sunday. I should have moved to Florida with Brandon and Kennedy. But anyway, have a great day. If you have any other questions, send them to me. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.